Right, I think we're kicking off.
We are. Shall we get into it?
We shall.
All right, let's have a look here. As we head to Land of Fire.
Yep, new improved Land of Fire with its extra pointy mountains.
Indeed, indeed. What are you guys? What are your boys at NASA bringing? Now you'll have to explain this team to me as we go on.
Oh, there's a story. If there's a bit of a lull, I'll tell the story.
All right, what do we got?
We have in the Bourgogne, we have Emma. In the Des Moines, we have Piper. We have Venezia, headed up by my team leader, Be More Nice. We have Scorpion in Napoli, Delirio in a Moskva, Black Sea in a Daring, and One-Eyed Bootleg in a Mosso.
I still love Wootleg's name. That is one of the best names in boats. All right. From the South Spawn, my boys in Tyrannosaurus Wrecked. Fronted by Schlieffen this time. He was in a Vermont last game. I found that to be an interesting choice, but they struggled to deal with a Schlieffen, so maybe this is an adaptation based on something they saw or just something they've discussed. Maybe it's specific to this map. Not sure. And we've got cruiser lineup. Howden Mew, that's CPR. That's my team captain. Venezia is, this is classic. That's one of my Twitch mods, actually. Pagan Priestess in a Petro, and then fronted by Triple Destroyer, Silver in a Kleber, SAT Score in a Ragnar, and Shockwave in a Yu Yang.
Interesting. So in the last match, we were playing a Conqueror, which was maybe a surprise to the enemy team, but it worked pretty well. Combining with the cruisers to do lots of fire damage. This time we've gone for Bourgogne, probably similar effect, but just a bit faster to try and get to that flank. And it does look like my team is going to try and win that 9-10 line push.
We've got lots of forces going that way. Now, in case you're curious, that is a radar Yang. And SAT Scores Ragnar is moving straight out into mid here. I think we're going to see a bit of Ragnar Marceau action early on.
Yeah, focus fire, and then the gaps between the islands on this map can be quite frustrating because, an enemy gets spotted and you're just going past a gap. And you have to sort of snatch a shot, which might not be very well aimed. So
Ooh, Marceau turning around now. You almost have to wonder if maybe there's an RPF factor there. I don't know.
Quite possibly, yeah. So I know that my team has a policy of always run radio location on destroyers.
So I'm betting what's happened there is that Wootleg and or SAT Score possibly have kind of like, ooh, somebody's out there, and they're playing it super cautious as Shockwave's Yang is about to step onto C.
Okay, Ragnar, your Ragnar's just radared, so Wootleg is spotted and begins running away. Howden Liu may have shots. I'm not sure whether they can see past the end of that island.
Feels like perhaps a bit of a wasted radar, but it does at least deny that quick cap from Wootleg. He takes a little bit of chip damage as Shockwave looks like he's going to pick up C more or less uncontested.
Yeah, I think that radar did make Shockwave a little bit safer because Wootleg could potentially have put pressure on Shockwave if they'd managed to spot him somehow.
Yeah.
But I don't think my team could have got a spot on Shockwave anyway. Interestingly, your Kleber is going all the way over to the 10 line to try and spot and stop a push, but my Moskva is radaring currently.
I was going to say, he is lit there by the Moskva radar, so that's not gonna work out for everyone, as we sometimes say. And there comes the Daring straight into C, the Yang radar picking him up. Let's see how quickly my team gets onto this and get some damage into this Daring.
A trap that I've fallen into doing that particular move is getting stuck on that rock, but Black has managed to get a clear run out of the cap. But that's quite a lot of damage. Daring does have a little heal, but
be able to recover some of that.
That's beautiful focus fire from your team.
Well, I mean, they're kind of set up for it there. As SAT takes a decent chunk there. He's back. Oh, because he opened up, he's back in a gunfight with the Marceau. Wootleg's out there to put pressure on him.
So yeah, your team looks like they're positioned to just take and hold C and then defend B. So my team, spotting that, has done what Ruth's team did to us in the last round, which is to spot the weak flank and push it. So Venezia, Be More Nice, the team leader, and Piper are going to make a push down the 3-4 line and put pressure on This Is Classic in your Venezia.
Yep, looking that way. And it looks as if they're rotating CPR back to either... I'm not sure if CPR is going to play mid and try to help block this push, or if he's going to play mid just to kind of harass Wootleg, who's still lit, by the way. But CPR holding his fire.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised they weren't shooting with 2-1, but...
I guess
they were trying to go dog.
There's the radar from Pagan. She's putting that up there, looking for shots, I guess, because the Daring wanted to keep the Daring off the cap as he was trying to sneak back in there, but they also pick up Wootleg as well.
Yeah, with this double Yu-Yang Petro radar, that's going to be a pretty difficult thing to do for Black. All he can really do is just maybe, you know, run them out of radars or hope that they make a mistake with the double radar. Your Schlieffen is getting into an interesting position, but that's going to be a difficult push with the Moskva and the Bourgogne there to support the Napoli.
5 minutes gone. TREKT out to a lead here. Not quite 100 points. Nobody's taken really catastrophic damage here yet. Just a little bit of chip trading on the destroyers. Looks like your guys are just about ready to get this push lined up on the edge of the map.
Yeah, I think unless someone gets devastated over on this side, I think it's going to come down to that AB push.
A couple of Howden Liu airstrikes going in, looking for the Daring. Are they going to land? Oh my. No, he's going to reverse out of these. Right area, but not quite.
Just in front of his nose.
Just in front of his nose.
Do we get the cap? We get the cap.
You do get the cap. Shockwave's bringing his radar back in. The Daring is lit now. But it's a little too late to defend the cap.
So your Yu-Yang's going to have to step on the cap to try and get it back. But Wootleg is there.
He is indeed.
But Silver is behind to support. Wootleg can nip back behind the island.
Des Moines Venezia push over on the 2-3 line finally starting to shape up here.
Okay, Be More running smoke. Piper doing some of the spotting.
Be More turning into these torpedoes. Looks like he's going to take at least one on the belt there.
That's fine. It increases his reload.
Yeah, absolutely.
That was intentional. Yeah.
All according to plan as Pagan. Ooh, Pagan takes some torpedoes. Something beat her up over here. Her Petra's looking rough.
I'm guessing that it was Emma's Bourgogne.
Yeah, it makes sense that would be the Bourgogne hit. Shockwave now in a gunfight with a Marceau. That's not a comfortable place to be when you're a Yang.
Yeah, this Yu-Yang nose in is kind of surprising because once you're there, it's very difficult to escape.
Yeah, well, and this Yang is Shockwave is struggling a bit. Like he was still lit forever. Now he's lit again because he's on fire. They're getting a lot of focus fire on him now, and the fire's still ticking. He's just getting absolutely hammered. The team not able to get...
Wootleg is getting damaged quite a lot in return because both of these destroyers are also focusing Wootleg.
Yep. Shockwave now trying for hard cover, but he's not going to get there in time. Well, he's still lit. He puts the fires out, but Wootleg's going to bag him. Another fire, a few more Daring shells. Yeah, here you go. He's going to go out. There it is. Okay, on all the caps.
Yep.
On all the caps up a ship.
11 seconds.
Oof. Rough. Looked so good early. Just 2.5 minutes ago, things looked so good. Stats.
Yeah, well, that's the power of Team NASA. Would you like to know, while we're waiting for your team to rotate, would you like to hear this quick story?
Yeah, but be quick. I am curious.
So basically, we had a guy turn up in the chat, in my chat a couple of years ago, claiming that we were just talking about how organic compounds have been found on one of the moons of Jupiter, I think. And they turned up and they said, but NASA's already proven that there's life on Mars. And we all just kind of paused and went, sorry, what? And they were absolutely certain that NASA had proven that there's life on Mars.
Yeah, I don't believe that's how that worked.
And when they were asked for evidence, their answer was just simply, but NASA. And so that's where the email came from. So now whenever anyone presents evidence without any kind of backup,
we just say, but NASA.
That's why we have that email. Yeah.
Well, both your destroyers at sea are beat up and pushed off the cap just a hair. But without the Yang there to contest, I'm not sure Silver's Kleber is the right choice to go in. SAT now contesting B as CPR's Howden Liu's moving back in that way as well. Oh, classic. Taking a big hit there. I guess, I don't know if that was Venezia AP or Des Moines AP. He's trapped between these ships right now.
Yeah, I think, don't forget that Des Moines has improved pen angles, so you don't have to give it much of an angle. Oh, Piper taking a big smack in return there.
Yeah.
As the Venezia goes down, though.
A little surprised to see SAT make this play into a bow on Des Moines.
I mean, they have to. 40 seconds. They need to make
they've got to make something happen. Here come the Howden Liu bombs. Let's see what happens there. Oh, big kill from Pagan. Beautiful. But the Venezia shells on SAT. Oh, my goodness. All right. I think they're going to be able to hold to recap B, but they don't seem to have a chance of getting back on C.
It's going to give them a little bit more time because obviously our points income has gone down a little bit, so it's now 1 minute left. But they need to either start getting kills or they need to step on a cap. There are a couple of easy kills, so Black Sea is low.
I got to say, and it feels like we've really wasted this Schlieffen over here on the 10 line.
Yeah. I guess they weren't expecting quite such heavy resistance on 9-10.
I'm not sure. SAT down to 160 points. Can't afford to get spotted as now
if
the Howden Liu in a duel with the Venezia. Yeah, no, he can't get spotted. Be More Nice now moving in on CPR. Oh, trying to make the turn as the radar goes up. Look at that.
Even with that, Venezia is a pretty trolley ship in terms of armor. He should be okay.
Well, he did take at least one Citadel there because I saw the graphic come up, but it's not going to matter. We're down to 5 seconds. They've got to get this kill right now. It's not going to happen. Nope.
Jeez.
SAT opens up and the Marceau bags him, and that's game. Woo!
So Team NASA inevitably being the winners there. That was a foregone conclusion, of course.
because
no, seriously,
stats because NASA. I mean, duh.
Absolutely, NASA is the best. They've proven life on Mars.
Do you know one of the things I'm gonna step in. I'm gonna step in the landmine of Twitch and be political for a half second, right?
Go on.
One of the things that frustrates me about all these people for the last couple or 3 years or 5 years or whatever, science. I'm like, guys, science is constantly questioning itself, right? That's the nature of it. So don't forget that along the way, okay?
Absolutely. But yes, no, we will question ourselves as to whether we won twice and come to the conclusion that yes,
and come to the conclusion that yes, you did,
based on the evidence presented by the vaults.
Did I use the wrong? I used the wrong overlay the entire game. I just realized.
Oh no! I'm sure womp. People will still realize which of the two teams is the best today.
Yeah. They'll know who won.